Hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 233 of the Karen Knits podcast. My name is Karen, and I'm coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania, where I live, where I work, where I knit and crochet sometimes, and get into all kinds of other crafting shenanigans. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. It is Saturday, November 16th, I think. Yeah, I think it's Saturday, November. It is Saturday, I know that much. November, I think, 16th. And it's a gorgeous day out there. It's cool, a little bit of a breeze, but it's bright blue skies. I love this time of year. I've been saying this every week for a few weeks now. I love this time of year. So, welcome everyone. If you're a new viewer, thank you so much for coming by to check out my channel and see what I'm all about. I'm so happy to have you here with me. I hope you like it and stick around. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back for another week to see what kind of shenanigans I've been up to. And I'm always so happy to have you come back and see me week after week after week to keep track of all my nonsense. I'm so happy to have all of you here. If you have not yet done so, I would love it if you would be able to subscribe to my channel, like the video if you enjoyed it, and maybe hit the notification bell so you're notified when I put out new videos. Oh my goodness. So, here we are. So, it's been a busy week. I've been tied up with a lot of work things. I'm still plugging along on my projects. I'm still only working on 2 of them right now. I have 3 others that have been languishing. 2 sweaters that have been languishing, oh goodness, forever. I'd have to check my spreadsheet. Someone was laughing at me and commenting last week, I think it was last week, about me having a spreadsheet, trust in someone who does accounting and who's an economist to love her spreadsheets. I love me a good spreadsheet. Anyway, I keep track of what I work on with my projects. I'll walk you through when I set up my my spreadsheet for 2025. I'll walk you through that and show you what I put in there. But I have all the days of the year down. And then I mark down every single day what I worked on. So whether I'm working on Go Dynamo and my Christmas socks, I'll mark down, I'll just put a little X there that I worked on those. So I can just scroll back month after month after month and see when I last worked on a certain project. So it allows me to keep a good track of and good tabs on how frequently I work on different projects and how some of them get horribly neglected, which is true. Some of them are horribly neglected. That'll all be rectified beginning Thursday, this week Thursday coming up. So anyway, I have 2 projects that I've worked on this past week, and I've made some progress, not as much as I had hoped, as always, but I have made some progress. First one is in my little project bag that I sewed up for myself a while back. I think it came up in my Facebook memories recently that I had bought this fabric a year ago. Oh, good grief, am I in the middle of a row? I am. Oh boy. Anyway, these are my Christmas socks that I've been working on for a while. They are the second sock each in a pair of socks. So then the first sock of each are complete, and now I'm working on the second one. Since I saw you last week, I was down at the marker here. So I've added a little bit. I'm partway through, a little over halfway through the gusset increasing, and then I'll be ready to do the heel turn and heel flap and go on my merry way up the leg. So these are using a 2 at a time toe up sort of shorty sock. I am still planning on writing up a pattern for this and having it available on Ravelry. And I am planning on doing a video tutorial to go along with the pattern on how I make these. So I'm using West Yorkshire Spinners yarn. This colorway is Robin, and this colorway is Candy Cane. Yeah, Candy Cane. And they're slowly getting closer to done. They won't take long to finish if I can just sit down and spend a goodly amount of time working on them, which will happen during my Whip It Down week that will be starting on Thursday. And it'll go for a little more than a week. So those are my Christmas socks. 2 pair that are, the second of each sock is almost halfway done. Or let's say they're getting in the neighborhood of halfway done. So that is some progress I have managed to get done this past week. I'll move the marker afterwards and keep on plugging. So hopefully when you see me next time, hopefully they'll be done. If not by next Saturday when I show you, the Saturday after, they will certainly be done by the following Saturday. They better be. The other, I'll have a drink first. Just drinking some Kool-Aid. I'm done with tea for the day. It's early today when I'm actually filming this. It's only 1 o'clock, which is earlier than I often do get filming on this. So the other project I have spent a lot of time on this week, and the majority of my time this week has been on my Go Dynamo shawl. And again, still using my fancy needle stoppers. I've just shoved them farther down the needle so they don't fall off. So in the last week, I forget where I was when I last saw you. And I didn't put in a marker. But I have finished this top portion. I don't think I was finished with this when I saw you last. Do my triangles look like triangles or squares? I can't tell. But I have finished the first part of the final clue. And I am partway through doing the extra border. And I did decide to do that. I decided I do want it to be a little bit bigger. Once I finish the first half of the last clue, I decided I do want to do the extra border on it. And it's, good grief, I can't even get it manhandled enough to even partly show you. I've done, let me just try to show you part in the middle here. I've done the pickup stitches in the first part, and I've done one full repeat of the eight row. So doing 1 round of the main color, 1 round of the contrast color. I have, the pattern suggests doing 1 more gray, 1 more pink, then 1 more gray, and do a bind off, the I-cord bind off in the pink. I'm going to see how big it is and how much yarn I have left when I'm finished doing 3 more rows. So 1 more gray, 1 more pink, then a final round of, or final few rows in gray. I will see how much yarn I have left. I think I'll have enough to do this twice. So I think I'll be able to do 2 more batches of doing the gray pink, then do 1 last round of batch of gray, then I-cord bind off with pink. I'll see what I think once I finish doing one more pair, like doing 1 more batch of gray, then pink, and then the gray, and I'll see if I'm just tired of it and if I'm done, or if I'll make it just a little bit bigger. I'm really hoping to have this done by the end of the week. It's almost a month after the Mystery Knit Along finished, and I'm still plugging along. Although I'm closer to finished than I think I ever have been on a mystery shawl knit along at this point in time. I think I actually am the farthest along I've been, which doesn't say much. So that doesn't say a lot. But that's it for my knitting progress. Like I say, it's been a busy week. There's been a lot going on with work. We're getting closer to our Thanksgiving break, thankfully. Pun intended there. I am glad that we're almost at our break now. So I have 1 week of classes left, or Monday and Wednesday I'm in the classroom, but I still have my other online classes are still running the full part of the week. And then we're on our Thanksgiving break. So our school is closed down for the full week of Thanksgiving. But since my last face-to-face class is finished at 3:15 on Wednesday afternoon, unofficially my break begins then. As soon as I'm done with class, my break unofficially begins. So as I've mentioned before, I've done this for many years in a row now. I've filmed and documented it a few times now. Every week during Thanksgiving break, I have my Thanksgiving week Whip It Down week, or my Whip It Down week Thanksgiving edition. And what I do during this time, and I'm going to post another video on Wednesday introducing exactly what I do, but what I basically do is I will shake the dust off every single whip that I have, which in my case will be 5, get all my supplies together, make sure I have the pattern, needles, yarn, everything all together, crochet hook in one case, make sure I have everything all together and set and ready to go. And come Thursday morning, I will choose one out of those 5 projects. And all of my spare knitting time on that, or crafting time that Thursday, I will focus only on one project. Then the second day, on Friday, I will pick another one and I will focus on that one exclusively. Saturday will be a third project, 4th and 5th on Sunday and Monday. And then I'll go back to the first project again. So each project will get at minimum 2 full days of focused knitting on them. And especially during the Thanksgiving week, hubby and I are going to be away for the week, and we're staying at like an Airbnb type of place, and I will have nothing else to focus on, nothing else to worry about. I won't have to worry about dishes, laundry, anything. Grading, classes, nothing. It's just going to be crafting time. 100% crafting time. So I am planning on vlogging the whole process. So I will be posting a video every day starting on Wednesday where I introduce it. And so each day in the morning, I'll show you where I'm at with my knitting in the morning. It's probably not coming out very clear. So first thing I'll do in the morning is I will show you what I did the day before. And then I will show you where I'm at on a specific project in the morning. The project I'm going to work on that day, I'll show you, okay, here's where I'm starting at the beginning of, say for example, Thursday. I'll show you, this is where I'm at the beginning of the day on Thursday, and then I will work on it all day Thursday, and then when I see you on the Friday morning, I will show you what I accomplished that day. And then I will show you what I'm going to work on Friday. And so on every day through the Thanksgiving break. So my goal is to get some of these projects off the needles. I expect that if I have not finished it by finished any of these by any of my projects by Wednesday. I do expect out of the 5, I expect 3 of them I will be able to 100% finish them during my break. My Christmas socks are one, and like I say, I'm almost at the heels, and I still have like the rest of today, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday knitting time, where I might be even closer to finished some of these projects by then. So my socks, I'm expecting I can get those finished. Like I say, I just have to finish the gusset increasing, do the heels, and then just do the leg for 25 rounds plus the cuff. They're done. Go Dynamo is at the point now where I just have that last part of the border to do. Granted, each row takes some time because it's over 600 stitches per row, so it does take a little while to get all the way to the end. The granny square blanket I'm making is somewhere between, I'd say between half and 2/3 done. I need to find a neutral yarn to go with it, and I'll add several rounds in that, and then I will use up the last skein of yarn I have. That I expect I can finish that probably in the one day I set aside for that. For me, crochet goes quite quickly. Then my other 2 projects I doubt that I will get those finished. I really doubt I will. One of them, these you may vaguely remember these from way back when, but they are my jelly roll cardigan and my mitered square cardigan. So those are 2 projects that I want to get more work done, but I don't expect that I will actually get them finished. We'll see. But I honestly don't think I'll manage to get them done during Whip It Down week. But I do want to get a good chunk more added to both of them. So I'm hoping that the other 3 projects, I can have them either finished or close to finished in the early part of the Whip It Down week. And then from there, away we go. So I am planning on, like I said, I am planning on vlogging about this on a daily basis all through the Thanksgiving break. If anyone wants to join me, that'd be fantastic. I'm going to open up a thread on Ravelry. I'm just going to kind of do an unofficial make along or whip it down along. Whip it down along? Okay, we'll call it that. I'm going to do up just an unofficial thread on my Ravelry group for that. So if anyone does want to join along, you can just give me a list of what you hope to accomplish during the Thanksgiving break. And I realize not everyone has the luxury of a ton of freed up time during that break. The hubby and I, we don't have any family around here, so we have 0 commitments for things that have to be cooked and cleaned and all that stuff to entertain people. None of that. As long as we just get some food into our own bellies, that's all we need. Probably either of us, we could manage if we actually didn't get some food in our bellies for a little bit, would probably be better for us, but that's a whole different thing. So if you want to join along, I would love it. I think it'd be fun to have some people join along with me and see if we can get some of our whips done. I'm so eager I want to cast on something new so badly. So badly. And I know that once Advent begins, I will have 2 or 3 new projects that I will be casting on. Actually, the one cheap thing that I probably will cast on before the 1st of December, maybe I should do that now before my Whip It Down week starts, then it's ready for the 1st, is I have the Freckled Whimsy 24 stripe Advent sock yarn is sitting sitting there patiently waiting for the 1st of December for me to start working on. So I am going to do those 2 at a time, toe up sort of shorty socks. And I do the toes and heels in bare yarn, and then I'll just do a little pop of color at the very top of the cuff just to finish it off. And I want to have the toes ready to go so that when it's time to start knitting stripe number 1, I'm set and ready to go on the 1st. So I probably will get that started very soon. Very, very soon. Maybe today. We'll see. But I will be casting that on, and I will be casting on a sweater of some sort to use my Advent yarn. And I'm still not 100% decided which sweater I'm going to do, whether I'll do the bubble cardigan, Radvent, or I think the other one's called Party Cardi. The last 2 are by Amba O'Brien. The first one is a Stephen West pattern. So it'll probably be one of those 3 that I will use my Advent calendars on, or my one Advent calendar with my mini skeins. I will use that for that. So I want to get everything organized for that. And depending on which one I make, I think if I do Radvent, I think for that one you start the cuff in a some neutral color that you do the cuff and all the, like the waistband and the button band. Oh my goodness. The band on the front you do in a neutral color. So I'm trying to decide whether I'll do that, I'll dye some yarn in a gray for myself. Like I might make more of this, or I might just use the white, or like the bare yarn as is. I have to think about that yet. So it's almost time for Advent knitting to start. My goodness. And I think I might keep myself restricted to just those 2 Advent projects. I think. But I only want to work on just the very preliminary stuff for those so that they're ready to go for the 1st of December when I start opening my calendars. So I think the 1st is a Sunday, isn't it? Yes, the 1st of December is a Sunday. So, and I am planning on doing Vlogmas. So I will be opening each of my Advent calendars each morning, and will show you what I got in my yarn. So that's coming up. I'll probably just go straight through from my Whip It Down week straight through and start Vlogmas. I'll do the Whip It Down up to the Saturday the 31st, and then Sunday the 1st I'll start up with my Vlogmas videos. So that's the plan. That's the plan. So you'll have lots of time to see what kind of shenanigans I'm being up to day by day in the next month and a bit coming up. Oh, and someone asked about what happened with the whiteboard saga in my classroom. So when we came back, I guess it was the beginning of November, the first time I was back in the classroom after I was filming Vlogtober videos, they had erased their stuff off the bottom. Because remember, my student had added on that don't erase or else. So they put a note on there, yes sir or madame, beside it, and then they had erased their part. So I erased everything because my stuff didn't need to stay there. We were just being obnoxious at that point. So I erased everything, I just put a smiley face, left a smiley face on the board. When we came back last week, they had, on one of the boards, they had drawn all kinds of stuff. There was a sketch of a tree, there was a sketch of a turkey, and saying something to the effect that this turkey's name, whatever the turkey's name was, and that he had been pardoned, he was safe. On the other board, they had drawn a walrus on an ice floe and some other thing. We didn't need the board those last couple days, so I just left it alone. So I'm curious to see what's on the board when I get into the classroom on Monday, if they've erased everything or what. So I think I will need the board on Monday. So hopefully there's not a whole bunch of nonsense on the board again, but we shall see. There's only a few more classes left of the semester, only a few more weeks. 1 week, then Thanksgiving, then we're in for 2 more weeks after the Thanksgiving break before we're done for shut down for Christmas or final exams and then Christmas break. So oh, craziness. But so that's what was going on with the chalkboard or the whiteboard saga. So anyway, I don't think I have much else that I need to natter about. So I shall let you go. And I will see you on Wednesday, then Thursday and Friday and Saturday. I will probably film my regular episodes on Saturdays, even though I'm doing Vlogmas and my Whip It Down week. I'll still post my regular Saturday videos with what I've been knitting on and what I've accomplished each week. So if you're not into watching the Whip It Down week daily vlogs or the Vlogmas daily vlogs, that's fine. There's just the regular videos to watch. So I'm gonna stop nattering. I'm gonna go see what the hubby's up to. He just got home from work just before I started filming, so we chatted for a few minutes. So I'm gonna yak with him for a bit before I keep finishing up and do some more knitting, and he'll probably go and have a nap this afternoon. He had to get up early for something this morning, so I think that's about it. I'm also hoping in the near future to get sorting through all my yarn, but I don't think that's going to happen until Christmas break. Realistically, no, that won't happen before Christmas break. But that might lead into, I'm hoping to do a year-long stash use up along in one of my Ravelry page, or I'll start up a page on my Ravelry group with a stash down. I've really been bad for yarn buying. Hubby's probably regretting that we couldn't go to the yarn festival because I've been buying a lot of yarn. Knit Picks brought Felici back, so I may or may not have placed an order for Felici this morning. I did refrain from ordering any of the $2 yarn. I wanted to order more, but I ordered, I think, 7 of the 15 new Felici yarns coming out. And I think I'm going to put the other 8 that are there on my a wish list, and seriously hint with the hubby, I'd love one. And I just ordered 1 of each of the colors because I can make a pair of sort of shorty socks with the 50-gram skein of yarn. So I don't need 2 skeins, I only need 1 of each color. So I ordered that. It's on the, that'll be on the way. I also have I reached out to somebody on Ravelry that had a skein of the 2022 or 2021 Freckled Whimsy Advent yarn. The first time she did it. I have the 24 yarn. Yeah, so I've got the 24, Christmas 24 yarn is waiting to be used. I have the 2023 yarn I used, and I also bought the 2022 yarn and have used that, but I wanted the 21. And I found somebody on Ravelry that had a skein that was available for sale. So I reached out to her, and that yarn is on the way to me. It should be here on Monday. So, and I'm also trying to, my row 1 mini for November still has not arrived. So I reached out to row 1. They said and told them I'm working through at the post office trying to resolve this, but I just wanted to give them a heads up. So I went and talked to somebody at the post office, and they said, well, it says it's delivered. And I said, but I didn't get it. So, well, it was delivered, so you just follow up with the insurance. File on the insurance on it. Like, well, that was helpful, really helpful. So then I went home and I filed a search for missing item request. So they emailed me back saying it said it was delivered. Give me strength, give me strength. And I was like, I know it says it's delivered, but I did not get it, and I'd like you to look for it. So it said, if you want us to continue searching, we will. So I'm like, yes, I want you to. So I'm not holding my breath that I will ever see that package of yarn come through from the post office. So I'm going to email row 1 back. I'll email them back. It's the weekend now, so I'll just wait and email them on Monday and just give them an update of where I'm at. So I want my yarn. Like, that's the gist of this. Like, I want my yarn. And I know you said you delivered it, but I did not get it. So either A, it wasn't delivered to the right place, even though they say it was delivered to my building, or B, someone stole it, and what can you do with that? Or it was delivered to the wrong address. Maybe it did get delivered to the wrong address and they just said no, it was delivered to the right building. Maybe that person will return it to the post office and they will resend it to me. Maybe the other person, it might have been delivered to some place that's vacant and it'll never see the light of day again. I have no idea. But I want my yarn. Because the row 1 yarn is what's going into my mitered square sweater. Anyway, so that's probably enough griping from me now. I'm going to let you go for real this time. I don't think I'll think of anything else to tell you in the next few seconds. So I will let you go, and I will see you guys again very soon. Alrighty, take care, everyone. Bye.